Good day, students. Welcome to biology class. I will continue our class on the past question and solution. We are in question 22. So one major difference between plant and animal nutrition is the ability of plants to synthesize. Let's look at it. Food for plants and animals, water for plants. Can the plants produce water for plants? Then water for animals. Can they produce water for animals? No. Then food for plants only. Can they produce food for themselves only? No. The answer is the plants will produce the food for themselves, store the food which will be used by the animals. So the answer is A. Number 23. By what process is starch converted to maltose? Hydrolysis, that's the addition of water. Condensation, removal of water molecule. Translocation, that is the transport of food substances within the plants, okay, from the leaf to other parts of the plants. Then the photosynthesis is the production of food through the plant, through the sunlight. So the answer is going to be hydrolysis. So let's go to the hydrolysis of starch. So when we have the starch, which is the complex carbohydrates, the starch can be hydrolyzed to maltose. Maltose is a disaccharide. It consists of 2 sugar units or molecule. So the enzyme that actually catalyzes the starch to maltose is called the diastase. It's a form of amylase. Okay, so let's write the diastase here. Diastase. So now the maltose can also be broken down to glucose units by the enzyme maltase. Actually, we have 2 glucose units, but here we're not discussing about the plant nutrition or animal nutrition. We just focus on what is relevant to our studies. So the enzyme that does that is called the maltase. So glucose can also be converted to alcohol. Okay? Alcohol, and that is the process of fermentation. And the enzyme that does that is found in the yeast, for example, in the yeasts. So the enzyme is the zymes. And that is the process of the hydrolysis of starch. So let's go to the next question. Number 24. The absence of water in tall trees is mainly due to adhesive force? No. Transpiration pull? The answer is transpiration pull. So what is transpiration pull? Pull something. Transpiration pull is the sum total of all forces in which the water moves from the root of the plant up to the stem or up to the shoot. That is the total forces. So transpiration pull is governed by 4 different factors. The first one is called the pressure in the root, called the root pressure. It's called the what? The root pressure. It's called the root pressure. The second one, the root pressure cannot move. Let me draw the plant for you so you can get to know what I'm saying. So here we have the root pressure. The root pressure will only move the water to a certain level in the plant. Okay? So the pressure that will continue, the root pressure moves the water to a point called the root pressure point in the plant, above the soil. This is the soil. So we have the root pressure point. So there's another factor that will move the water from the root pressure point up the plant, and that's what it's called the suction. It's called the suction pressure. It's called the suction pressure. So other factors that actually contribute to the factors of transpiration pull include the osmotic pressure and the capillary action. So the answer is transpiration pull, confirmed. And the last question here is: the duodenum of a person was surgically removed. That will tell you that we need to know the function of duodenum. Which of the following food substances will have their digestion affected? So how many or what are the classes of food that get to duodenum, and where is duodenum located? Duodenum is the first part of the small intestine. So let me just give you a little clue about duodenum. Okay? So we have the stomach. This is how our stomachs look like. After the stomach, we have the duodenum. So this is we have the pancreas here. So and we have our liver here. Liver is around this place. So we have the stomach, we have the stomach, and we have the first part after the stomach of the small intestine is called the duodenum. Now, all the three classes of food will be at duodenum or will be inside duodenum, and that particular structure that will secrete enzymes that will act on all the three classes of food is called the pancreas. It's called the what? The pancreas, like a carrot. So the pancreas will secrete the enzymes that will act on all the three classes of food at the duodenum. So the answer is, we have the starch there, okay, we have the protein there, we have the lipids there. So the amylase will act on starch, the proteins will act on starch, and the lipase is going to act on starch. The amylase will act on starch, the proteins will act on protein, and the lipase is going to act on lipids. Goodbye. Thank you. Meet you in the next class.